You know how's the squad looking for tomorrow?
Paul Hanlon's back. He's trained this week, and then the rest who are a little bit undercooked have had a week's training together. So Jamie's got a bit of a back problem, and Ayapong's feeling his hamstring a little bit. But apart from that, you know, we're fully strong.
Is your new signing coming to contention?
No, he'll just do some extra work over the weekend. He only started training with us yesterday, so he hasn't had any competitive football since May really. So it's just a question of making sure we get him up to speed before we can throw him into the fray really.
What will he bring long term?
Well, he's a good player. He's a good footballer. He's got good experience. You know, he's played at a high level in Holland for quite considerable time. He's won a league title over there, and you know, up until last year, he was playing the Champions League, and he finished the second half of the season in the top division in Holland with Sparta Rotterdam. You know, under DFCvHFC. So he's got good pedigree and good pace, good balance on the left side, and we've always felt we needed, you know, cover there or competition there for Louis, because you know Louis has been playing a lot of games over the last, certainly since I've been here, the last couple of years. So Michael will bring that to the squad. Just
to reiterate what you were saying about his pedigree, and you looked at his backstory, seems to be a player of great repute. How big a coup is it to bring him here?
Well, we're pleased. I mean, when we looked at the footage, you know, he was the one that was at the forefront of our thinking. Just this style of play, you know, he's got good pace and nice left foot. And like I say, he's played at a high level up until, you know, the end of last season, you know, in Holland. So I think it's hopefully going to be a good bit of business. We need to get him up to speed, Michael. And at 27, you know, he's coming into his peak years, so I think it's a good bit of business for us.
Did you have to fight up a bit of interest to get him?
Yeah, I mean, there was other clubs interested, but excuse me, it was a long protracted negotiations as well. You know, ideally we would have him in 2 weeks ago, but it just dragged on a little bit. But finally, he's here.
Are you still looking for more players?
I wouldn't have thought so. We got a good complement of players. It's not the biggest of squads, but you know, we like to work with, you know, a close knit group, and I wouldn't have thought we'd be looking elsewhere.
Dundee tomorrow. You don't need to tell you that it's not been a great start for them, and whenever that happens, the manager's in a bit of a precarious situation. Does that? What do you think when you approach games like that, when you're against a team who are under a bit of pressure?
Well, I said to the players this morning that, you know, put yourself in the players at Dundee shoes. Would you be motivated? Do you have your professional pride? Will you play for the club and the manager? And they all went yes. So I said, well, you're going to come up a highly motivated team tomorrow. Forget the other results. It's you know, if you look at some of the performances from Dundee, they've been good. So we can't take this game lightly, or think we can just roll in and roll out again with the 3 points. We're going to have to earn it, and earn it the hard way. So we've left the players under no illusions how difficult the game's going to be.
I know the table ultimately doesn't lie, but do you think Dundee are better than their current positions, I guess?
It's too early to say, Paul. I mean, we're only 5 games into the season, so we just have to let the season take its course. I mean, like I said, you know, before, we look for instant gratification. These days, you know, we're only 5 games into the season. After 20 games in, you can have a real look at it and say, well, they've got a fight on their hands, or they look like title contenders, or they look like the champions. I think 5 games is too early.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
It's okay.
Well, I think being early days, I mean, how happy are you with where you are now, even with it being early days?
Happy-ish. I'm still looking for the best recipe. Players like you know, Lennon are here, and Milligan, you know, they've not played yet, so I don't know, you know, how they're going to adapt or quickly adapt to the rigours of the Scottish game. So it's still, you know, very much a work in progress as far as I'm concerned. We're not the finished article yet, and you know, you're still sort of trying to find your best sort of formation and balance to the squad. So it is still early, but we've got a run of games now where hopefully the rest of them can get up to speed and hit the ground running.
How healthy is it for the city of Edinburgh and also the Scottish game as a whole that Hearts had a fantastic start to the season, and you had a pretty decent start yourselves?
Listen, it's good. You know, Hearts have had a brilliant start, really consistent. Reminds me of under George Burley when I think they won their first 10 or 11. You know, and I was playing at Celtic at the time, and they had a really strong squad in those days. So it's very reminiscent of that. And it's been a really quick sort of turnaround from where they were this time last season. So with the wins and the settled team, and they've got a lot of confidence. So, you know, fair play. You know, we're not looking at anything other than ourselves really, and just taking it game by game and looking for signs of consistency and improvement.